This video was made possible by the good folks at Next Level Racing. To purchase a cockpit setup like mine or any other Next Level Racing products, check out nextlevelracing.com. This is the Porsche 993 Carrera for Assetto Corsa, the newest car for the updated Need for Speed Tournament Class B pack. And today I'm going to introduce this amazing car and then we'll test drive it. Let's do this. So this Porsche 911-993 Carrera from the mid-90s is the latest addition to the already legendary pack of free mod cars for AC from A3DR Modding. The pack is available for free through Race Department and also includes the Corvette ZR1 and Dodge Viper RT10 from the same era. While you're there, you can also check out the Class A pack from the same modding team, which adds some more European supercars from the 90s. I'll drop links in the description. So the 993 itself had a production run in the mid-90s, and there were many variants of the car, including a highly coveted turbo edition that had well over 400 horsepower. The version you're seeing here is a more standard road-going version, but A3DR did include both a two-wheel drive and a four-wheel drive version of this car. Both come in at a little less than 300 horsepower, which sounds like a figure from a family sedan by today's terms, but at the time it was a huge figure and the performance was also huge. 0 to 60 was in the mid-4s to 5-second range, which was a tremendous figure for the time. It also has a top speed of near 300 kilometers an hour. The 993 wasn't really an evolution of the 964, it was more of a redesign. Only about 20% of the predecessor's model made it into this car, and the 3.6 liter naturally aspirated 6-cylinder engine was mated to a 6-speed manual, which was a first for the 911. Porsche also added a multi-link suspension system to help combat the dreaded lift-off oversteer that the rear-engine, rear-wheel drive 911 had become synonymous with. The 993 is considered the last generation of classic Porsche, as the successor 996 looks and drives far more modern than this 993. The Carrera was also the last generation of air-cooled engines for the Porsche. So, we're going to take this beauty out for a spin, and I'll give you my impressions of the car. Okay guys, so here we are at Silverstone on board the C2 version of this Porsche 993. And we'll just put in one lap here. I've done a few warm-up laps. You'll probably see some skid marks throughout this lap. Trying to find sort of the traction limit of the car and where you can push it. And the one thing that's surprising here, the one thing that's surprising to me at least, is how modern this car feels. I know Porsches, classic Porsches at least, as feeling somewhat, unruly under turning conditions that lift off oversteer can feel like a bit much for me, but this one is incredibly stable. Lost it a few times going around here, but it's usually my fault for driving like an idiot. Doesn't feel like it's, the car being unruly. Just me trying to sort of find the limits of the car. But when it does get unruly, sometimes, oftentimes in fact, you can just punch the gas, and provided you're not too deep into the corner, the car will just kind of straighten itself out. You may have seen that in the intro clip to this video. But yeah, it's a brilliant little machine. If you're looking for a really scary breakaway speed, this is not it. I mean, you're going back roughly a quarter century in automotive technology. That seems to be forever, so it doesn't have that blinding modern Porsche feel, modern Ferrari, anything like that. But it's also no slouch and has just kind of the perfect amount of performance with sort of legacy feeling input requirements. So it does give you a workout for sure to push this thing around a track. You saw that dangerous lift off there. I got away with it in this car, surprisingly, so very cool. And this is the C2, so we'll jump into the four-wheel drive version immediately after this. If you're wondering about speed, I am at 170 kilometers an hour now. We may hit 200 along here. So again, not that breakaway scary feel that you get. There we go, we're past 200 now. Fun little car here. And I think having the two-wheel drive is probably a more lively experience than the all-wheel drive, but we'll find out soon enough. Very cool, very cool. All right, let's go into the four-wheel drive. So as promised, here we are in the four-wheel drive Carrera 4. And this is actually my first time driving this car. Didn't get to put in any practice laps. That bite is nice. You can feel those front tires engaging, pulling the car around a corner. So I think I should be faster, but we'll see what happens with that. So if you look up this car, you'll probably see, as I lost the light there, you'll probably see the 4S referenced in a lot of videos. So the S version was a bit sportier than this one. But there are still Carrera 4s out there and a few good videos on them, so look it up. It's a really cool car actually in real life. Beautiful, timeless design. Still looks great even 25 years on. This is the 95, so technically 24 years on. So again, as soon as that car starts to slide, punch the gas, and good things happen. It's a bit of a learning curve here with the all-wheel drive, but it seems to be pulling it around nicely. If I had punched it like that in the two-wheel drive version, the back end would have gripped, the front end would have still been struggling for traction. There we go. So it's a little bit fun when it breaks loose, I gotta admit. Much easier to control in the all-wheel drive version. Bit lazy on my throttle in those shifts. So we got the early jump there, so just reached 200 kilometers an hour, just barely. Ooh, carried a bit much speed. So 239 was what I was trying to beat from my previous time. Come on, girl, get around there. And I was almost exactly the same. If I had to choose one, I would say the four-wheel drive version is my preference, this Carrera 4. But you can't go wrong, guys. A3DR nailed it once again. This is the 5th car that I'm aware of that they did, and just phenomenal. Download it now on Race Department. There are links in the description. I think you will have fun with this one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next time.